Welcome to today's live, and today we're gonna be talking about how to be there for yourself and about in general being there for yourself and how important it is and why it's essential if you want to get somewhere and why you haven't been doing it maybe and where you have been going wrong, because what is so often and so normal for us is to look for the answers outside of us. We search and we get the next product and we get the next service and we get the next thing that we think will solve whatever the problem is. Here we're talking about chronic pain, so let's bring it down to that. But in general, this goes to every area of your life, every topic, everything you're dealing with in your life. And so there's no universal way of doing life, okay? What works for you will not work for someone else. And especially if you stick with something, that this is the thing, this is gonna work for me, and now I can go along and teach everyone that one thing that will solve everything or solve at least that one area of my life. So let's say pain, chronic pain. Then what actually happens, because if you're holding the energy onto something, whenever you're trying to control something or know that you have got something right, because there's no right or wrong, it's just the polarity of the neutral. So whenever you're gonna be holding onto something, life will always provide you with the opposite. Because this is how we learn, this is how we learn to live with the different polarities. This is how we learn to see that the situations in its core are neutral. But unfortunately, usually we use this to frustrate ourselves, we use this to punish ourselves, we use this to create more pain, we use this to get into anxiety and depression. When we are searching for the one thing, then we grasp onto it, and then we are saying, yeah, this is it. Whatever the thing is. Either it can be getting more money, getting in a relationship, whatever it can be. But we get that one thing and we do everything to reach that one thing. Once we reach it, we want to grasp on it. We want to control it. We want that to solve our thing, our lives, our problem, let's say, if we call them that. I call them opportunities, but you can call them problems. Anyway, this is where you're gonna probably lose yourself. This is where the opposite polarity, the more you grasp onto things, the more the opposite polarity has strength. Because you're closing that one polarity, that one truth for you, and the other one is getting power with that. And it's presenting itself to you. And this is where we get lost in the middle and we start hesitating about ourselves, about life, about what's right, what's wrong, what actually are we supposed to do. And this is where you come into place. This is where this is the opportunity in this, is that you finally can decide to be there for yourself no matter what. No matter if you choose that polarity or that polarity. And you are the only one who's going to be judging yourself. And you're going to value yourself even though you choose that polarity or that polarity. If you make mistakes or if you don't. If you get it right or if you don't. And this is so core in not only the pain programming, in working with your pain, in self-healing, in moving towards where you want to be, creating the right business, having the income of your dreams, being healthy, being confident, etc., etc. This is where you come to place. And once you learn this is a skill. I would say. It's a skill I've learned, and it's a skill you can definitely learn. Being there for yourself is something you have to learn, especially if you've never done it, especially if you've never had the concept of it. It's something that you must now implement in your life right now, like today, and ask yourself, how can I be there for myself today, no matter what, no matter the pain, no matter if I'm gonna be the whole day in pain, no matter if I'm not gonna be in the pain, no matter if I'm gonna fail, do something and fail miserably, or no matter if I'm gonna shine greatly and I'm gonna have the most inspiring life in my life. And this can also be a limitation, because we limit ourselves from shining, and we limit ourselves and we judge ourselves usually when we are down. But being there for you no matter what is the different approach. Is the, okay, I'm gonna try. I might get it right. I might completely fail. I might get it wrong. I might try again. And I won't give up. I won't give up because I won't give up on myself. Because giving up on yourself, well, we know how that ends, and that is an option. That is your option. You're free to choose if you want to be here or not, if you want to take good care of yourself or not. But with every choice comes the consequence, and then usually we don't like the consequence. We usually don't like to see what consequences our actions brought, because that's the scary part. That's the, I'm gonna pretend that's not there even, part of that situation. And so the key is to find and understand what works for you at the moment. Don't stick to things too highly, because life will present you with change. What works for you, meaning what do you need to do? And that might be always something different in every aspect of your life, in every phase of your life, because you go through so many phases through life. You change all the time. And society has taught us to look for security and look for some stability in a world where change is the natural thing. You need to realize that your hair is growing, that your nails are growing, that all your cells are renewing themselves every second of the day. Therefore, there's never too late. It's never too late to start, because, okay, they slow down and renewing themselves, but they're renewing themselves, same as your brain, same as your mind, same as your body. Always. It's now the moment that has never been here before. Now is the moment, in that glimpse of a second, in that instant is the moment where you can start being there for yourself. There will never, even if it's you feel like it's the end of your life and you've been through it all and you've experienced it all, that's probably the great moment to start, to learn something new, to try again and differently, and try to learn about yourself, and try to experience what you're capable of, and try to push the boundaries, and try to see, well, okay, I don't necessarily need that, grasp onto it, but it would be nice, for example, to have a nice relationship, or it would be nice to have a nice business, profitable business. And what are these steps? Like, knowing what you want is a very important part of it, because we don't realize that we have the freedom of choosing what we want. This is what we often forget, that we create our situations, and also we have the freedom to create whatever situations we want. But then we must maintain them, and we must be sustainable in them, and we must go through with them, or we don't have to, but then am I going to judge myself if I don't follow through that situation? And then there's a moment of, yeah, I want to experience that, but what I have to change in order to experience that, for example. This limits us from the next step a lot, because when we become, again, I talked about this on another life, that when we, for example, become rich, it's not in terms of money, but in terms of our mindset, we become rich, and therefore we're not poor anymore. Of course, we're both at the same time, because there will always be someone we can compare ourselves to. But once you change that mindset, no one can take that away from you. You're rich in terms of what? And that's your choice in terms of what you're going to be rich. It's about finding the alignment. Alignment means I'm okay with myself if I'm in pain. I'm okay with myself if I'm not in pain. I'm okay with myself if I fail. I'm okay with myself if I don't even try. And I keep going. But taking the consequence of, well, I didn't try, therefore I'm not getting any closer to where I want to be. Or I'm trying, and I'm still not getting any closer. But I believe I am. I'm the one rooting for me. I'm the one cheering myself up, taking myself through the process. And I know eventually, maybe it won't end up the way I imagined, but I'm learning, I'm getting better, I'm changing, and I'm aware of that change. I'm integrating that change, which we talked about on the last live. And so when you're not alive, when you're not aligned with yourself, that's where others doing triggers you. Okay, this is a very important point. I read it, but I'm going to repeat this. Because let's talk about the triggering situation. What comes up? That stuff we hate, that situation, that person we hate, that we just don't like it because it's uncomfortable. And again, and we keep thinking, why is this happening to me again and again? Or, what is this giving? What is it offering me? So, I need to explain that the triggering situations and the situations where you start comparing yourself, where you start competing and fighting, you're actually only fighting with yourself, okay? So you're wasting your energy. But you need to understand that those situations, whatever comes up, whatever uncomfortableness, wherever you feel like the victim. So why are my parents like that? Why are the other people like that? Why? So that uncomfortableness arises, maybe comes up with pain, tension in your body. You don't want it. And anxiety and depression comes up. But this has been caused through the non-alignment. Because we often think, I have to get over this and then get into that alignment. No. You have to first get into that alignment. You have to first figure out what it is you want. You have to first figure out how you want to feel. You have to first figure out what works for you, what you need. Food is a big influence of this, because with food we feed our gut, and the gut controls our brain, our mind. So it goes again in the cycle. And also we have been conditioned to eat in certain times, in certain amounts, and certain things. I had this great idea, like I had a realization that thinking, for example, about bodies, because I myself went through an eating disorder, and it was at that point that I didn't want not to eat, but I wasn't able to. Like, psychologically wasn't able to. I don't wish this for others, but I'm sure some of you might have experienced something different. And it doesn't matter if it's on this way or you're on the opposite scale, because the stress for me was where I was losing weight and I wanted to gain weight again and be strong and get back on it. and you might be the different on the opposite scale, where you're trying your best to lose weight and you're gaining it at the same time. So whatever the situation is, that's okay. But what I wanted to say is, we often compare ourselves at those low points, but what if that's actually getting us to that alignment? Because we have this perception of even ourselves, by education and by everything, of how we're supposed to look. But what if this is a nice exercise. You can imagine that you are a certain person and you're supposed to look a certain way. You have been designed by universe or whoever to look a certain way. That just has been said before you came here. You have agreed to it even. And you have agreed to, this is that body, and I'm gonna look like this in that face, in that face, in that face. This is how I'm meant to look. Okay? But we have forgotten about this agreement. We have forgotten that we agreed to this, to look like this. Okay, this is what we agreed. Okay, I'm gonna be looking like this. But we think we should look a certain way. We're supposed to look a certain way, have a certain amount of kilos, for example. We're supposed to look, and we judge ourselves. We judge ourselves so much. And we think we're supposed to look a certain way. But what if that idea of what we think we're supposed to look like is completely opposite or different from the way we're meant to look? We're meant to be like that. What if the way your body is right now, that's how you were designed, you're perfect? Not that saying like, oh, poor you look perfect, don't worry about how you look, etc. No. What if that is your meant to be body, that is your meant to be weight, and you're just going out of the alignment? That's where you're aligned when you look like that, exactly. When you look the way you will look right now, for example. But you're separating yourself from that. You're completely escaping yourself in order to be something that you have created in your mind, and you have learned to believe, yeah, this is how I want to look. Okay, and this is what keeps us back, holds us back. This used to hold me back so much, because I thought I can't be too much, or I can't say too much. I can't go further. I, for example, felt I'm good at things, and maybe sometimes better than at things. That's it. Or sometimes I felt like I'm too smart, because I like to study and I like to have a broad idea about things, and I like to learn new things. And now I'm learning trading. I've been studying investing, etc. And I like that, to do it for myself, but I always kept it small, and it has led to pain. It has led to intense amounts of pain. It has led to attracting a relationship that made me feel like this, even worse, that I can't shine my light because the other person would feel bad. The other person would feel intimidated. But actually, who you're intimidating is yourself, because you're not being true to yourself, that you're capable of that much. And with the body, for example, is absolutely the same thing. This is where you must come back to yourself. Instead of wasting so much energy, we may waste so much energy thinking about other people. Only that mind process, actually, when you think about other people, you're connecting to them and you're exchanging energy with them. So be aware of that. Next time you think about someone, like overthinking about a certain person, why they angered you, why they triggered you, why are they like that, why you're not like that, or why you are like that, etc., etc. We waste so much energy there. We waste it. We outsource the energy everywhere. we outsource this into what new thing I need to buy, what new product I need to try, what new subscription I need to sign up to, what new, I don't know, person I need to follow, instead of coming back to yourself. What is it I really want? Because you might be so surprised that what you want is nothing. Maybe doing nothing is what you really want. Or sleeping more. That's the thing you really, really want. Why is it not a priority? Because you have cluttered and you have dispersed your energy everywhere. And what you really, truly want, maybe, is sleeping, or reading, or meditating. And you thought, what you thought you wanted was a new business, a new job, a new boyfriend, a new income, a new source of something. This is what you think you want. There's a big, big bag. You want to lose weight, you want to gain weight, you want to eat healthier, you want to eat unhealthier. That was my case. I had to learn how to eat unhealthy. But the point is, this is what you think you want. And you think you need. Maybe the thing you want, you really want, is just to be there. Just to sleep. Just to be there for yourself. And really, really try this today. Because it might so surprise you. Just close your eyes, go into your subconscious mind, breathe into it, ask yourself, what do I really want today? What do I really want now? What do I really, really need? When you let go of all the things you think you need. All the things you think are getting you ahead. Learning the next thing. Doing. I had to slow down significantly in order to get further. I had to slow down and simplify everything significantly in order to get to that alignment, to be okay with if I do things, if I don't do things. If I go on the live, it used to stress me when, what time. Today I'm going earlier because I know you can listen to it from the recording whenever. Okay, so part of being there for yourself is learning, understanding, questioning it always, every single day. What is it I want that day? What is it I want to feel? What is it? Because this will bring you into satisfaction with yourself, into trust in life, into self-confidence, coming back to yourself. Whatever they are doing, whatever they are getting, whatever whoever is doing, that's theirs. But what's mine? What of that is mine? I'm going to find my own way, my own harmony, my own peace. Because any fight, any competing, comparing yourself, fighting, it originates in fear. Fighting with someone, or in your head, even spiraling it, is fighting with yourself. You're not accepting yourself the way you are right now. If whatever there is triggers you, okay? And the fight originates in fear. And the problem with fear is that it can't heal you. It protects you, yes, it keeps you in a safety zone. But fear can't heal you. Only love can, only acceptance, only the openness, allowing the flow, sharing. This is why sharing is healing, because it's sourced in love. It's sourced in, yes, I'm aware of what I have and I can share my knowledge. I can share what I have learned in order, not with the goal of saving someone, but with the goal of inspiring. What I have done, you can do as well. And love and acceptance is what let goes. lets go and frees you and allows you to move on. And love is being absolutely honest with yourself, not critical, but honest. And being honest with yourself means also understanding what is it you really want out of that situation. That has helped me significantly also to realize whenever there is a triggering situation, I no longer react in it. I no longer get into it, because I come back and I realize, wow, am I supposed to even react in this situation? Does it require my reaction? Because often you save so much energy by not reacting, not defending yourself, not explaining yourself. You didn't come here to explain yourself, defend yourself, why you're doing the things you're doing that way. Because it's right for you, and that's enough. If you're doing the things that are aligned with you, it will be aligned with everyone who's aligned with themselves, if you understand this. Whenever those people are not aligned with themselves, obviously it's going to trigger them. Obviously they're going to threaten to leave or threaten to do something to you, and that's okay. They can go, because you need to create space for the right ones to be there for you. And understanding what you want out of that situation. What do you want from that person? Because this is the origin of so much pain, so much chronic pain. We expect something from our mother, from our ancestral line, from our parents. We don't even realize, but we expect them to do something. And what if you set aside that expectation, because it's only expectation of yourself, and you ask yourself, what do I want that person to do right now? You often find that maybe it's nothing. And yeah, we often expect something from others. We expect them to change, to start doing something differently. But in reality, what we see in others is only the reflection of ourselves. So whatever we think we will achieve is only if we change something, and mostly what is enough is changing our point of view, our perspective. This is why through your mindset, through your mind, you can change everything. Your money situation, your relationships, your relationship with you, that need for things, those addictions, those little addictions. Drinking tea every day, drinking coffee every day, caffeine, foods, shopping, all of these. And what helps here is looking for the gift in each situation. What helps me significantly is where is that gift in that situation? The more triggering the situation is, the bigger the gift, probably. And usually the more uncomfortable the situation is, also the bigger the gift. And by understanding that there truly lies a gift in there for you somewhere, something that will help you grow and reach what you want, in that originates the satisfaction. The ability to be there for yourself is what sources satisfaction with yourself, confidence in yourself, and the trust in life, trust with yourself, trust that you have come until here and you can keep going. You trust yourself that you will know what to do in the next situation. You will figure it out, no matter how hard it seems, whatever is ahead of you. And sometimes you don't even need to figure it out. You just have to be there. You just have to show up and be present and observe that situation. And last point, because what you will find is the knowing that you're always at the right time and place, and you're always experiencing exactly what you need to learn. There's no coincidence, because what you are experiencing is what you have created. This is why you're always at the right time and place, because you're creating your situations. So no matter where you are, where you travel to, where you want to escape to, you're taking your mindset, your beliefs with you, and they create the situations around you. They create those coincidences. Okay? Powerful live today. I'm gonna try to upload some on YouTube also, so make sure to check it out there if you're interested. And yeah, let me know what you think, or how you're being there for yourself. I would like to know and get inspired also. And have a great, powerful morning. We're starting off strong with this today. And I'll see you again in the next live. Bye.